get close to me. Let it be till all oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey y'all, so we're gonna get right into this meal prep. So this prep is for busy people, whether you're a mom, whether you work a lot. It doesn't matter. It is for those who are busy and don't want to cook every day of the week. It's really easy. We're going to be prepping two things. We're going to be prepping ground turkey and we're going to be prepping chicken. And it is going to provide a bit of a variety for us to not have to eat the same thing every day. But you won't necessarily have to cook a full meal every day. So we're going to start with our turkey. You saw the ingredients. We're going to go ahead and add our eggs, and then we're going to add our seasonings. Now once we get all of our seasonings added, you do want to go ahead and mix those seasonings very well into that ground turkey, but you don't want to over mix. And then once you get those seasonings mixed in, you're going to form balls to the size of your choice depending on how thick or how thin you want your burgers to be. I like to heat up my pan to about medium heat, and then once that pan is nice and hot, you're going to add your oil, and then you'll add your turkey burgers. Now before you smash them down like you see me doing, you want to wait about a minute or so that it can get a good crust on the bottom, and then after you smash them, you'll let them cook on each side for about 4 or 5 minutes. Now once these are done cooking, we're going to sit them on a plate lined with paper towels to drain the grease and to allow them to cool. Once they have cooled, we are going to add them to a Ziploc bag that is freezer safe so they don't get freezer burnt. And we're just going to pop them all in the freezer, and once we get ready to use them, we can pop them out, put them in the air fryer, oven, whatever. You can use them for whatever you want to use them for. Burgers are obvious, but for this week I used mine to make a Salisbury steak with some gravy, and I also used them to make a classic turkey burger. We're going to take a quick break right here because you know on this channel we have to get into the word. So the scripture for today is Proverbs 16:9. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. And the takeaway from this scripture is that life is going to always throw us curveballs, and things might not always go like we plan for them to go. But we have to remember that as long as we stay in God and stay in prayer and stay in His Word, He will order our steps. And His plan is always better than our plans. So just make sure that whenever something doesn't go your way, it seems like your day is thrown off, remember this scripture and know that God has the best plan for you. Next up, we are going to be prepping our chicken. So for this prep, I used boneless, skinless chicken breast. And of course, we're going to wash our chicken first, and we're going to bleach everything down when we're done. I don't show that in this video, but it is obvious you want to bleach everything when you're dealing with chicken. Now here I'm just cutting off the excess fat from my chicken breast. If you prefer to leave it on, you can absolutely do that. It is up to you. And then once I get all of the excess fat off, I am going to butterfly my chicken, which is just another word for cutting it down the middle so that it's not so thick and it'll cook a little bit faster. And of course, once we're done seasoning one side, we are going to flip it over and season the other side. Once again, we're going to get that pan nice and hot on medium heat. For my chicken, I like to use a little butter, and we're going to drop that chicken right into that pan, allow it to brown on each side. I honestly don't remember how long I let my chicken cook in this pan, but the way that I can tell that it's ready to flip is it will look done about halfway through. And also I like to make sure that it is a little bit past golden brown on each side before I flip it and before I take it out. And it should look a little something like this when you flip it over. Now, when you take your chicken out of your pan, you do not want to immediately cut your chicken. You want to let it rest at least a few minutes, and that will allow it to remain as juicy and flavorful as possible. Now, I chopped my chicken up. If you would like to leave it whole, that's up to you, but I did chop it up. I put it in a freezer bag and threw it in the freezer just like I did those turkey burgers. Now, I shouldn't have to tell you what you can do with this chicken because the possibilities are endless. It is chicken. But I made a couple of salads, some quesadillas, some pasta, some chicken wraps. The list goes on and on. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.